The moment I heard the sound in the basement, my heart felt like it was about to jump out of my chest. My hands gripped the key tightly, but they were trembling. Every step I took echoed through the empty house. Holding the red notebook in my hand, I turned around, but no one was there. Then the sound came again, this time closer, a strange whisper. Remember, don't forget, my past? What had I forgotten? I quickly flipped through the pages of the notebook. On every page there was a fragment of a memory, but one piece was missing. Then something caught my attention, a photograph. The basement of our childhood house, the cabinet numbered 13, me, but at a different age, and behind me, a dark shadow. Each time I looked at the photo, the shadow seemed different, as if it was watching me. Suddenly, my phone vibrated. A message. Now remember. The truth that has been forgotten until now belongs to you. My body froze. It felt like that message was giving me a sign. This story wasn't just a story, it was my past. I turned the light brighter. The voice came again, but now it was clearer, more real. If you're not afraid, open the cabinet. My hand moved toward the key. My mind was spinning. I had to make a choice. Use the key and open cabinet number 13, or put everything back and walk away. My heart was pounding, because deep inside, I knew something. This key was the only way to face my past. As I stood in front of cabinet number 13, the key trembled in my hand. I didn't know whether I should use it, or step back. I took a deep breath. Then I inserted the key into the lock. Click. The door slowly opened. I looked inside, and suddenly my breath stopped. At first, the cabinet looked completely empty, but in the middle, there was an old, dusty box. On it was a name written from 7 years ago, and a single mark. You will know now. I opened the box. Inside there were old photographs, notes, small objects, and an open letter. I picked up the letter. There was only one sentence written on it. The whole truth is here. Now you will choose. As I read through the notes, I began to realize something. These items weren't only about my past. It felt as if someone had been watching every step of my life and writing everything down. Suddenly, the box trembled. A voice came from inside it. We were waiting for you. It felt as if the voice had come straight from inside the cabinet. My heart was pounding, yet there was also a strange calmness inside me. I didn't know whether this hidden secret would help me or change my life forever. I took a step back and realized something. This box had been prepared only for me, but one question still remained unanswered. Who put it here? Suddenly, a light flashed behind the cabinet, as if it wanted to show me what comes next. Elle picked up the letter that had come out of the box. Every word, every sentence felt as if it was reading my heart. When you were a child, you forgot everything. But now remember, your life will change. I lifted my head. The air in the basement had grown even colder, as if the past itself was breathing. As I read the letter, the memories began to return. The small things I had hidden in our childhood house, the words my mother had once told me, words I never understood, and that dark day, the 13th night, the moment that changed everything. At that moment I realized something. The strangest event in my life had happened on that night. I pulled another item out of the box, an old photograph. There were 3 children. Me and 2 of my friends, but there was also a 4th child, someone I didn't recognize, yet somehow felt as if they had always been part of my past. Every photograph and letter was leading me deeper into a mystery. Everything you have forgotten will be shown to you. Suddenly, my phone vibrated, a message from an unknown number. Be ready for the whole truth. It is not too late anymore. My heart was beating fast, because in that moment I understood something. My past had been prepared for me, but I had to remember it myself. I lifted my eyes from the box. A light flashed behind the cabinet. The light seemed to be telling me, continue. In my heart, I made a decision. I will learn the whole truth, no matter what. And at that moment, I felt that the real continuation was about to begin. I carefully examined the box inside the cabinet. The items were dusty, old, yet each one was a piece of my past. A few old photographs, my childhood diary, small toy figures, and yellowed letters. I opened one of the letters. The pages were filled with handwriting, but a hand I didn't recognize. You are not ready. but now everything must come to light. Remember the secret of the 13th night. Something else fell out of the box, a small, open metal container. It had no markings. The moment I touched it, it vibrated in my hand. It felt charged with some strange energy. I looked at the photographs. The fourth child was still staring at me. Their eyes felt familiar, yet I couldn't remember. I opened the diary and a note caught my attention. If you are reading these notes, it means the past is ready for you. The truth of the 13th night is inside the cabinet. My heart raced. The box seemed to be telling me, everything is ready, but I must choose. Suddenly, a voice came, not from the basement this time, but from inside me, as if I could hear it in my very being. Prepare yourself now. Everything will be revealed. With hands trembling, I placed my hands on the box, the closed box, the truth inside, and me, with no way back. In my heart, I made a decision. I will open the box and learn everything. At that moment, I felt it. My past was calling me. When I opened the metal box, it felt as if time had stopped. There was no gold, no money, only an old cassette with a recorded voice. On it, in shaky handwriting, was a single word, the 13th night. Holding the cassette, my head ached. It was as if my brain was being forced to remember something it didn't want to. In the corner of the basement stood an old tape recorder. It hadn't been used for years, yet it still worked. I inserted the cassette. Click. At first, the sound was static, then a child's voice emerged. My voice. If anyone is listening to this, it means we failed. My breath caught. The voice continued. That night, we just wanted to hide. We were scared. We didn't want to hurt anyone. Suddenly, a second child's voice came. I didn't remember this voice, but my heart recognized it. Shh, it's coming. A door creaked on the tape. Crying, whispers, then a long silence, and finally, one sentence. If we are gone, remember. But you forgot. The tape ended. My hands were ice cold. My knees were shaking. The scene flashed in my mind. The basement, 4 children, darkness and a closing door. At that moment I understood. There had been 4 of us, but only 3 of us came out. The 4th child was left behind. My phone vibrated. A message arrived. Now you remember. But it's still not everything. Tears welled up in my eyes, because I realized that this story wasn't just the story of the letter, the story of the cabinet. It was the story of a forgotten sin. My hands were trembling in the basement. The box, the cassette, and the photographs were still on the table. My voice seemed to whisper to me on its own. The truth is yours now. I fixed my eyes on the photographs. The 4th child, the face of the child I had long forgotten, the one I had avoided remembering, was now clear. He was my brother. He had been lost in an accident when we were children, but in my memories, he had been erased like a dark blot. That night, the 13th night, everything had happened. My brother had hidden in the house. We were searching for him, but he closed the door and vanished without a trace. Tears welled up in my eyes. Inside me was both love and regret. At that moment, my phone vibrated again. Now you remember everything. But now you must make it right. My heart was racing. All my childhood memories, the letters, the cassette, everything was now for a single purpose: to uncover the hidden secret and find my brother. The open metal box inside the cabinet stared back at me. The last remaining item inside had yet to be revealed. In my heart, I made a decision. I must open it. This was both the truth of the past and the key to the future. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Adventure, mystery, drama, and a little bit of horror, stories of every kind are waiting for you. Do you love stories full of surprises? Then subscribe and don't miss a single twist or hidden secret.